If you need a visa to go to everywhere, like I do, then this video is for you. And this is especially for Schengen visas because this is my 4th Schengen visa. A little bit about me. I am a registered nurse and a travel enthusiast. I've had a few persons ask me on Instagram, how are you able to travel all the time? I've been denied visas. There are no days. If you're in any of this situation, I got you. So I'm quickly going to show you all 4 visas that I have, starting with the most recent one. This is my newest Schengen visa. This one, for some reason I looked upset, but I wasn't. And this passport is where I have the 3 other Schengen visas. Very first, I've not yet used the 4th one, but with the last 3 Schengen visas I had, I was very fortunate and privileged to be able to visit 24 out of the 29 Schengen countries. The 5 I have yet to visit are Lithuania, Latvia, Estonia, Slovenia, and Liechtenstein. I am sure I murdered the pronunciation, but yeah, these 5, and I'm hoping I get to visit them in the coming year. This video is going to be very beginner friendly, so whether you're a seasoned traveler or whether this is your first visa application, I'm going to run you through step by steps on how to apply for it and how to make sure that you get this visa and get it in as fast as 4 days. My very first visa, Schengen visa, that I applied for only took 4 days. So the first thing you should complete is an application form, and the country you're going to apply for this visa from would depend on 2 factors. 1, the country you want to visit first, and the country you're staying the longest. Just know that there are 29 Schengen countries, like I said, and all of them, all 29 countries can give you a Schengen visa, and you can travel to all 29 countries with this one visa. But again, this would depend on whether you have a single entry visa or a multiple entry. I've been very fortunate to have only gotten multiple entry visa, so please double check your visa application. My very first visa I applied through Switzerland, and the last 3 I applied through France, and I will tell you why. Different embassies work with different visa application centers. France, and again, this is all about the UK, okay, but I also think this can be applicable or applied to other countries as well. Now, if you're applying through Spain, here in the UK, the visa application center for Spain is the BLF service. The one for France, Belgium, Germany, and Switzerland is called TLS contact service. I also put it on the screen, and I'll try to put the links to all of these websites in the description box below. Every other country is VFS. VFS works for, I think, Greece, Italy, every other thing that is not this 5. Just know that any visa application that you're doing through VFS will take a long time because there are no dates. For example, I have a friend who wants to apply for a visa from the Netherlands, the Embassy of the Netherlands. There are no dates available. If I were to give you an advice, which I don't really give people an advice, but if I were to give you any sort of advice, please apply for this visa from TLS contact service, or you can equally apply through Spain, which is BLS, but majorly TLS because this is the only place I've applied for my own visas from. And like I said, the embassies that work with TLS are France, Switzerland, Germany, and Belgium. I've never applied through Germany and Belgium just because I heard they'll give you like 1 month visa, so no. Switzerland is very fast. It is so fast, and this is actually the embassy I would recommend so many people to apply from. But the only comma is that you need to have at least, I think, £2,000 in your bank account. So if you're a student and you don't have that amount of money, I am not sure Switzerland would want to give you a visa. Now, France, they usually take like 2 weeks. The earliest France has released my passport was after 6 working days, and the longest one took was like a month, and this was back in September of 2022. France has given me a multiple entry visas 3 times, and they were all 6 months. They all had 6 months validity each. Switzerland gave me 3 months. But that I was equally very grateful for because, again, that was my very first Schengen visa. Fill out the application form online. It's very, very simple. Just fill it out and make sure you print all the pages. And now I'm going to walk you through the requirements. You need a valid passport. You need a passport with at least, I think, 1 month expiration after you've left the country, 1 or 3 months expiration, please just double check with the embassy. So if you're in the UK, you need a BRP, that is a residence permit. And now, just because every residence permit has an expiration date of December 31, 2024, this year, you need to also show your e-visa, right? So you need to go on gov.uk website where you can put in your details, prove your immigration status through the use of a share code that you would give to the embassy. So what I did was I just printed my own out. And if you've not converted your residence permit to an e-visa, please hurry up and do it. In that way, you have your picture on the printout. Then number 3 is a passport photo. Listen, please just take this one at the, visa application center. I have applied for 4 visas through them, and every single time they tell me that the passport photograph I came with does not meet their requirements, which is a big fat lie, but it's a business. Proof of funds, that's the 4th requirement now. And for this, you need a 3-month bank statement. Please do not print out the, downloaded statement from your bank app. Don't do it. Just go to your bank account. Let's say go to your bank and get a printout, a stamped copy of your bank statement. This is to show your proof of funds. There is no stipulated amount, at least for France. Rule of thumb is if you want to stay 5 days, calculate £75 for every day that you are going to stay in the country. If you're in the UK, if you go to your bank, at least I bank with Barclays, right? If I get into the bank, there are machines where I can print out my bank statement from. So as soon as they are printing it out, it's already stamped with the date and the time and the branch. So you don't have to worry about going to the counter and waiting. Number 5 requirement is your pay slip. So if you work, if you're employed, you need a 3 months pay slip. Number 6, you need an employment letter. And if you're a student, your enrollment letter or a letter from your school, that says you are enrolled and obviously you're going on a vacation, you'll come back. An employment letter, nothing too serious, that says you have been granted annual leave and this is how much you're paid in a year. The other requirement you need is definitely a paid flight booking. This is why I'm advising you to apply from France, just because you need to present a flight ticket. When I applied through Switzerland, the flight tickets were ridiculous. They were really expensive. I could not afford gambling £100 and something, where I wasn't even sure if my visa would be approved. So I got this man, I don't know where he is, I think he's probably in India, but I stumbled on this website and I paid some amount of money, I think £40, £30, and they got me a reserved flight ticket, which is what I used to apply, and my visa was approved. But since I started applying through France, I just go on a website called Skyscanner and I just booked the cheapest flight to France from anywhere in the country. Doesn't even matter if it is from Wales, just book the flight from there. In that way, I don't lose so much money, and just book a return flight. Yes, confirmed return flights, because the flights are usually cheap. So say a return flight to France, if you don't add bags or anything, will probably be around less than £40, of course. So that I can part with if I don't get the visa. Another requirement you need is a hotel booking. Just go on booking.com. Please don't pay for hotel. Just get the, the one that says pay on arrival. Book that one and remember to cancel it, because obviously you put your card. If you don't remember to cancel it, they will charge you. So I don't play that kind of gamble. So just go on booking.com, find a hotel that looks good, or a hostel if you cannot afford a hotel. Book it, send a confirmation to your email, print it out and add it. Another thing you definitely need is a medical insurance. I personally use Stay Sure, but use anyone that you want to use. Get an insurance. I got the yearly insurance that covers for countries including Greece and Spain, and yeah, it's it's about, I think, £35, £40, thereabout. Yeah, or just a little under £40. I think 39 some. It doesn't matter. Just get an insurance. You can get a monthly one, but just make sure that whatever insurance you're getting covers the duration of your proposed stay in the Schengen area. Now, if you're applying, on the application form, you see a place that says, do you intend to travel to other parts of the Schengen region? Just say no. I don't care if you want to go to Greece and then go to, I don't know, Germany, go to Italy. Just say no. Because the moment you click yes, you're going to show the evidence that you're going to leave those areas. So let's just say, for example, you're going to Paris, but you want to go from Paris to Spain. You want to go from Spain to Switzerland, from Switzerland to Italy, for example. Do not tell them on the application form they are going to go from France to Italy to Spain to Switzerland. Otherwise, you have to show a flight ticket for all of these places, show a hotel booking for all of these places. Don't do that. Just say no. You're only going to France and you're coming back. You're only staying 5 days, 7 days. Yeah. Your flight shows that you're entering on the 1st, you're leaving on the 7th. Hotel booking shows that you're entering on the 1st, you're leaving on the 7th. Keep it going, keep it simple. The whole point is to make your application as simple as possible. And that's it. Your medical insurance will cover for the duration of your stay. So if you're staying 7 days, your medical insurance will cover it. Me, I just booked a 1-year insurance so that we don't keep going back and forth. Now, just remember that you can enter from any country and go to any country. I think this is the part that confuses people. Let's just say you want to go to Rome. You want to go to Italy and eat pasta. But the Embassy of Rome works with VFS contact service. Now, there are no dates. What should you do? Do you want to keep waiting? Or should you just apply from another embassy? Apply from another embassy. Apply from France or Switzerland. Now, you got the visa, but you really don't want to visit France. You know what you can do? Book a flight, go straight to Italy. Easy peasy. Now, if you have a multiple entry visa, God, I hope I'm not confusing you. If you have a multiple entry visa, you can go to France, you can go to Italy and go back home. Next time, you can go to France. If you have a single entry visa, you've gone to Italy, just know that with single entry, you can go to as many countries as you can in that one particular trip. Multiple entry means you can go back home, come back, go back home, come back. That is what it means, right? So now, you want to go to Italy, but you got the visa through France. You can go to Italy, right? But if you have a single entry visa, please just make sure that somehow your leg touches France. You know, this is a business. They gave you the visa. They have competitors, which are other countries. You got the visa from them and then you just did not go to their country. It's not fair. So you've gone to your Italy. If you have 1 day, just stop in France. Come back home from France. You have a stamp of France in your passport. In that way, next time, if you apply from France, they can see, oh, well, she actually did go to France. There is a stamp of France in her passport, and they will give you the visa again. Because you know that whatever travel you do within the Schengen region, your passport is not going to be stamped. I'll give you an example. Even I did not know this until when I started traveling a lot and started revisiting many of these countries, that I figured, well, my passport does not tell the full story of all my travels. Because if I go to Budapest next week and I decide to go from Budapest to Austria, go from Austria to Switzerland, then go from Switzerland back to Manchester, I will only have stamp of Budapest and Switzerland. The country in between, Austria, would not stamp my passport. So that's what I'm saying. The only stamp you have on your passport, the only evidence that you went to these places is from Budapest and Switzerland. There is no evidence on your passport that you went to Austria. So which is why, please, just if you're going to a country that did not give you the visa, you got your visa from Switzerland, just enter from a cheaper country, travel all around and leave from Switzerland. I hope I am not confusing you, and I just hope that you understand everything I'm saying. I really want you to get this visa, but I don't want you to hamper your future visa applications, if you get what I mean. So whatever country that gave you the visa, just try and make sure that you have the stamp of that country on your passport, whether it's the country you entered from or the one you left from. And if you have a multiple entry visa and you take a trip to, say again, Italy, but France gave you the visa, just make sure that if you go to Italy and come back before your visa expires, find a way and go to France, just so that you have that stamp on your passport. Am I making sense? And then the last thing on this list is please always include an application letter. This is not a requirement, but remember that this is not a face-to-face interview. It is the documents that you are submitting that they will judge you on. And these visa application officers are human beings just like both of us. They don't know what is in your head. So which is why this application letter is a time for you to explain yourself, especially if you feel it could be misunderstood. I'll give you an example. I had a friend who wanted to go to Spain for his 30th birthday. So usually they'll give you a 3 months visa if they're being very generous, your first visa application, because let me tell you, sometimes if you say you're going for 5 days, they give you a 5-day visa, and they do this most especially for students. So he wanted to go. I told him they'll give you a 3 months visa, but he was applying for that visa I think in September, which means that the visa will expire before his birthday in December. I told him include a letter, explain to them that listen, it's actually my 30th birthday and I would really love the opportunity to have my visa extended so I can celebrate my birthday there. They paid attention to what he said and actually granted him his wish. So his very first Schengen visa was a 6 months visa. So what I do is I just explain myself and say, this is where I work, this is what I do, and this is how long I plan to stay, these are the activities I intend to partake in, and these are the other countries I've been to as well. And yes, it just helps a little bit. So that is everything. This is a method I've used for all the visas I've ever applied from, and it has never failed me. If you have any questions about traveling, about visas, just let me know. Just put it in the comment section and I'll reply to all your messages. And last but not least, I also want to mention, in case this visa is going to be sponsored by someone else, include a sponsorship letter. So if you're applying for a Schengen visa and you don't have a job, or you're a student, you're not the one sponsoring yourself, make sure you include a sponsorship letter from whoever that is sponsoring you, your parents, guardian, friends, partner, whoever it is. And include their bank statement saying that, I have so amount of money and I'm willing to, give it to my child, my son, my daughter, my friend, my niece, nephew, husband, wife to travel with. And this is the budget they have for this trip. You've also attached proof of relationship. So not just sponsorship letter and bank statement. You need to include an evidence of the relationship you guys have. I think that is everything else. If you have any question or if I missed anything, please let me know. And yes, I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching. Bye.